Sure. Okay.
And I would stand just before. There, perfect.
Okay. Imagine waking up one morning and not finding out one of your parents was rushed to the hospital in a life-threatening condition. Imagine the doctors telling you if they weren't taken to the hospital at that time, they would have lost their life. I was that child. My dad was diagnosed with type 2 diabetes October 12, 2012. Thousands of people are diagnosed with this disease, and there are people that don't even know. Keep in mind, 1 in 3 individuals will have type 2 diabetes by 2050. By learning about the severity of diabetes, you can act in the future if you see any of the signs and symptoms. Ever since my dad's diagnosis, I've been very involved in the American Diabetes Association. I've done plenty of research on all 3 forms, type 1, type 2, and gestational, and I even got a tattoo to represent diabetes because that's how much it means to me. Today, I would like to expand on what the complications are, introduce the solutions such as the artificial pancreas, and show how your donations can make a difference. Individuals who are diagnosed are cutting years from their lives. Many people are dealing with complications that either lead to being really sick or even death. The quantity of people living with one type of diabetes is increasing. However, there's still a large amount of people that don't know. According to the CDC, 29.1 million people have diabetes and 8.1 million are still undiagnosed. Anthony Wilson, my father, he was just like everyone else. He was going to the gym, working out, but he was losing weight faster than everyone else. He experienced the frequent urination, the extreme thirst. After working in the medical field for almost 17 years, he never knew that his dad suffered from diabetes. He was one of those people that didn't know he had the disease until he was hospitalized. And to this day, we still don't know how long he had it until that day he was in the hospital. Today, he's the co-chair for the Step Out Walk to Stop Diabetes, and as you can see, this ambulance was dedicated in his name for diabetes, and it's the first that was in the whole entire United States. Diabetes can cause severe complications, such as dialysis. According to the Taiwan Academic Journal, dialysis acts as a substitute for the normal function of a kidney, and is common amongst individuals who have end-stage renal disease, which is a complication from diabetes. As you can see, you can either die from being on dialysis or you can get a kidney transplant. Unfortunately, my great-grandma passed away a few years ago due to diabetes, and she was on dialysis. And last month, my uncle died from diabetes from dialysis because he wasn't lucky enough to get the transplant. According to the Endocrine Disorders Academic Journal, 40% of deaths certificates has diabetes listed as the cause of death. You guys might not think that's a large number, however, that's still a portion of our community that could have died from something else or couldn't have died at all. If we had a cure for this, then that percent would definitely decrease. Cardiovascular disease also accounts for 50% of deaths, which is a complication for diabetes, and heart disease is another 68%. According to the Romanian Journal of Neurology, they quote, "Diabetes is currently an extremely important health issue worldwide. Given that the high prevalence and the serious complications associated with diabetes, with a high mortality rate among these patients. We have investigated the complications, so where do we go from here to cure this disease?" The American Diabetes Association, also known as the ADA, raises money for research on a cure for diabetes, and currently they're working to fund the artificial pancreas. Although we can't cure everyone right now, we can provide a better future for those who may be diagnosed in the long run. The ADA's mission is to raise awareness and money to fund research to prevent, cure, and manage diabetes. In the Al-Malki Egyptian Journal of Medicine, they stated that most people are controlling their diabetes with insulin and oral medications. However, in a few years, that's not going to be enough for those individuals. The diabetes and complications trial led to the artificial pancreas. The first wearable pancreas was in 1982. UVA is currently doing a study on the artificial pancreas called the Project Nightlight. They took 240 people, and then out of those 240, they chose 180 more to continue for another 6 months. I had the opportunity to volunteer with Julie Kupnick at the American Diabetes Association. She is currently participating in the Project Nightlight study. It started in June of 2016, and it's coming to an end this month. She's a type 1 diabetic. She was diagnosed October 3rd, 1972, when she was only 11 years old. She's been living with this disease for 37 years. She quoted, "As a woman who is facing changing hormones, diabetes can be a real struggle, so I was a great candidate." During the study, they received an insulin pump, a glucose monitor, and an Android with an in-control app, which determined if she needed a higher level of insulin or a lower level. Her A1C began at 7.4, and it ended with a 6.2. As in my last speech, you guys heard my dad's A1C was a 17.3, so looking at her levels compared to his, it's definitely different, and hers are way better. However, once she got off the study, her glucose levels did start to fluctuate again, so you have to re-regulate yourself. That's the only thing that you have to keep in mind of if you participate in the study. As the American Diabetes Association continues to research and fund the artificial pancreas, it is becoming easier to visualize individuals overcoming this disease. Imagine you lost a loved one due to diabetes, knowing research could have prevented that death. Imagine a doctor saying you would be on insulin the rest of your life. However, you overcame that because of the help from the American Diabetes Association. My father was told that day that he was diagnosed that he would be on insulin the rest of his life, but he fought, and he's no longer on it. So the American Diabetes Association really is helping people get through their diabetes and live a better life. Your donation to the American Diabetes Association can help fund research, provide camps for those children living with diabetes, and provide awareness. As long as we're educated on the consequences and what comes along, together we can make a difference. In conclusion, today I discussed the severity of diabetes, a solution through the artificial pancreas, and a way that your donation can help find a cure. In order to lower the rate of diabetes and deaths due to it, you can take part by donating to the American Diabetes Association. Majority of us in this room know someone living with or at risk or has died due to this disease. Do your part, and together we can fight diabetes and find a cure. Thank you.